Yo, what up, watchers? Alright, so today's video is going to be about trauma. 80% of the entire world's population and 99% of urban populations are dealing with PTSD. And almost everybody got some type of trauma, whether it's freak accidents, whether it's some type of abuse, neglect, illness in the family, death in the family. These types of things happen. They suck. But they happen way too much. And most people are dealing with it on their own. Most people ain't getting the psychiatric help that they need. A lot of people are dealing with it in unhealthy ways. Self-medicating. Overeating, over shopping, overdoing, overwatching, over being. All kinds of unhealthy ways people deal with it. So I'm gonna share my little experiences with trauma to a degree. I'm gonna share mostly how I dealt with it. What works, what doesn't work. Now, the first thing I've learned from my personal experience, and as well as from discussing this with other people, the first thing people do is overthink about the actual event, replay it over and over and over again in their heads, replaying it from different angles, playing the what if game. What if I did this? What if this happened instead of that? What if? Well, you know, I should have did this. I could have did that. If I'd have known, I would have did that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But as much as it sucks, what happened, happened. People replay by trauma dumping on other people as well. So people go through some shit and they just want to tell everybody because it gives them temporary, momentary relief. But see, the thing is when you replaying that event over and over and over again, what you actually doing is you burning that memory further into your brain. Because see, the way the brain makes memories is it uses a chemical process that actually burns these images and these memories into your brain. And when you go through something traumatic, it overburns those memories into your brain. And when you repeat that trauma, when you repeat that memory, it burns it even deeper into the actual meat, the gray matter of your brain. This is not healthy. You will cause brain damage. Another thing people do, sometimes after oversharing or overthinking about it, is complete and utter avoidance. I don't want to be reminded of it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about anything that might remind me about it. I don't want to be reminded of anything that might have me think about it. Like that. The problem with this is your brain is designed to be balanced. If you all of a sudden start neglecting certain areas of your brain, you begin to starve your brain of vital energy, blood flow, electroneurological processes. Your brain begins to wither that part of your brain begins to wither. It's almost like if you got a lawn and you got a brown spot on your lawn, and instead of giving that brown spot more water, you start avoiding that brown spot. And you avoid the area around the brown spot. So the brown spot grows and grows and grows, and eventually you ain't watering nothing because you ain't got no grass. Your whole lawn just dirt. That happens inside of your brain when you purposely avoid. So what's the healthy way to deal with it? In my experience, there's been positive thinking. I know, corny as it sounds, cliche as it sounds, but it's true. It's biblically sound, it's scientifically sound, it's philosophically sound. It just works. Because see, what happens is you can literally rewire your brain. So as you begin to think positive about whatever it is, start off with gratitude. But as you begin to think positive, what ends up happening is your brain slowly begins to create new neural pathways to overlap that little charred mark inside your brain where it had a chemical burn. It begins to rewire around it and through it. And again, start off with gratitude. Be thankful for what you do have. Count the blessings you do have. Do you have your faculties, or at least most of them? Do you have some form of shelter? Is there anybody that showed you some form of love and affection? Do you have any opportunities in your life to grow and develop? Focus on them things. Be thankful for them things. Do you have somebody in your life that can cheer you up sometimes? Focus on that. Do you have a favorite food, a favorite book, a favorite TV show, a favorite movie? Focus on that once in a while. Do the things that cheer you up. A lot of it is little things. Outside of being grateful, another positive thought process that you can have is just enjoying life. Again, is there a book, a movie, a food, something that you like? Do you like nature? Can you get to nature? If not, can you watch nature on your phone? These things help. Do something good. Be the change you need to see. Bless somebody with some of your time. Bless somebody with some of your money. Bless somebody with some of your energy. Show your loved ones that you love them. Reach out. What else? Revisit your trauma in a healthy way. It's kind of like most accidents happen near the home. So it's kind of like you get into a real bad accident somewhere near your house. The first day you drive back around that area, you're gonna relive the whole incident. But the 100th time that you drive past that area, it ain't gonna be such a big deal. So revisit in healthy ways to check on your progress, to see how deeply it affects you. What else? Ain't none of this stuff easy, by the way. But it is possible. It's necessary. It takes intentionality. It takes determination and discipline. And as far as the self-medicating and other avenues, doing too much of this or that or the other, decrease or stop that completely. Because by subverting your attention to another unhealthy habit, you're actually creating more trauma, and you're actually deepening the trauma. Because one, you're neglecting the area that needs work, and two, you're adding more problems in another area of your life that didn't have them before, or didn't have them to that measure. Now, sometimes you ain't got no choice when it comes to revisiting trauma. You know, a lot of people deal with trauma that's close to home or even in the home. You know, if you like me, and you, once upon a time, I was a knucklehead playing these streets, I can't help but drive past certain places and be like, oh, that's where so-and-so got shot. That's where so-and-so got killed. That's where I got shot at. That's where I got stabbed. That's where I got jumped. That's where old girl that broke my heart lived. That's where a dude that betrayed me lived. You can't help but, you know what I'm saying, go through that again. You can't help but revisit in some area, some aspect. So you might as well do it in a healthy way, where it's like, yeah, that used to kill me, but now, just another memory. Sometimes it's a little harder. Sometimes the trauma is in your home. Oh yeah, that's the bullet hole. That's the blood stain. That's that room. It's a little harder to revisit. It's still a little bit more fresh every time when it's closer to home. But again, focus on positive things. Focus on positive growth. And from time to time, check out how far you've come by revisiting, either on purpose or just allow the course of your life to take you to those places. Don't take the long way to the grocery store. Little stuff like that. Deuces.